Welcome back to another tutorial. I try to make that seem a little peppy, but you know. So today's look is over this. I hope y'all enjoy it. And guess who's back, back again. Allie's back. Tell your friends. Okay, now that I got that out of the way, let's start with this makeup tutorial. Okay, so we're going to prime our faces with the Pure No Filter Blurring Photography Primer. I'm just going to put that all over my face. My skin is usually very oily, but this winter has been so dry that it's been unbearable. Oh, I was looking on my timeline on Facebook and I seen that today had been a year since I posted a tutorial, and I was like, it is time, sister, it is time. Okay, now that you have your primer all rubbed in, we're going to use the Makeup Forever Ultra HD in shade Y225. That made sense. I was like, that didn't make sense. Oh, there's some primer not rubbed in. I'm just going to squirt that on the back of my hand. And I'm just going to apply little splotches all over my face. Usually I go in and add more. And then I'm taking my little Morphe sponge and I'm just going to pat that in. Make sure you get close to your ear. Go down your neckline. That is very important. This foundation is a little darker than what I wanted. But once you get it all blended together and you put your, well, I put powder foundation over top of my foundation, it all looks seamless. But I love this foundation and got it for my birthday, and where we don't have a Sephora anywhere near, I didn't want to take it back. Or actually, I didn't get the chance to take it back. I have a really red cheek, so it takes a little bit of coverage, or a lot, definitely a lot, to cover up all that redness. Okay, now that that's all good, I'm going to be using my Shape Tape in shade Fair Neutral. To put this very heavy right here, and then I put some on my chin, middle of my nose, and go all out on the forehead. Then I take my other little Morphe sponge that I get specifically for my concealer, and I'm just going to blend that in. I make the craziest faces when I'm blending stuff in my face. So I hope everybody had a good holiday and a New Year's Day and Eve. My New Year's resolution this year is to lose weight, better myself at things, and be more social with people, because the Lord knows that I'm the most non-social person in the world. Okay, now that that's through, we're going to move on to setting that. And I'm going to go in with my Shade and Lot palette. And we're going to be mixing these two together. I like this combination because it's the one shade. It's a little bit too like pink, and I don't know, it just makes my skin look darker than my foundation. And then the yellow looks a little bit too yellow on me, so if I mix the two, it just gives the perfect color. I like this also because I was using translucent powder, but where my skin has been so dry, it just made my face look like a wrinkly mess. Okay, now I'm going to take those shades and just go down my neck with that. Oh, I didn't mention the brush I was using. This is the Morphe E48. I'm going to be using my Marc Jacobs Perfection Powder Foundation. And this is in the shade 240. And I'm taking my Morphe E41. And I'm just going to place that on the places that I did not set with the Shade and Lot palette. And go down my neck with that as well. Now we're going in with my favorite part, my Marc Jacobs Omega Bronzer in 102 tanning, or Tantric. Looks like that. So I just kind of make a fishy face and put it up, because I like mine to go up so it gets it more like a lifted look. Okay, so my camera totally bailed on me finishing my bronzer and putting my blush on, but I can just tell you what I done or show you what I done. I put the bronzer right here on my head because I have a huge forehead. Then I went down around my neck. I took my Morphe sponge, dipped it in my Dermablend powder, and cut out that. Then I went in with my Old Faithful Smashbox LA Lights palette contour blush highlight, and I used True Pinkberry, which is that one right there. And I smiled like this, and I used my Morphe M528 brush, and I just kind of patted it on and went up. Okay, so I always put highlight on last because I want it to be nice, fresh, and snatched. So we're going to go ahead with the eyes, and I'm using my MAC Paint Pot in Soft Ochre, and I just kind of put that on my finger and put that all over my eyelid. And that's probably going to cause me to have wrinkles earlier, but okay, now we're going to start with the eyeshadow. But first I'm going to take this little Naked 3 brush. I've had it forever and I just use it to kind of put powder over my eyelids and set it. I'm just going in with that same Dermablend powder. We're just going to set the eyes, and I like that it's white so that it gives you more of a plain base to start with. Okay, so we're going to use my favorite palette, as you can clearly see. It's the Jaclyn Hill palette. And we're first going to mix those two together. The brush I'm using is, of course, a Morphe. It's an E27. We're going to go in Windshield Wiper Motions. I'm sorry, is it me or does the years just keep on flying by? Like, this is insane. Do that to the other eye, same as you did the first eye. And I lost the shade names to this palette, so kinda don't have the actual names of the eyeshadows. Now we're going to take this old brush. I don't even know, I think it's an It Cosmetics brush, but I could not even tell you the number on it because I don't have it. It's rubbed off. And we're going to use this yellow shade. To my 350 palette, and I'm picking up this yellow shade now. It's more of like an orangey yellow, but I love it. And now I'm going in with another palette. I'm using the NYX by Kylie Jenner, and I am going in with Ginger Snap, which is that color right there. So pretty. And I'm just using the same brush because it's almost the same color as the yellow that I used before. It just has a little bit more of like a mustardy color instead of the orange. Now I'm going to go in with the NYX palette again, and I'm going to use shade Holly. And I remember one time on one of my videos that I done, I had no lashes, but your girl has a whole book of lashes now, so we good. Okay, now I'm just going to go in with that brush that we had Ginger Snap on. I'm just going to blend those two together. I kind of want to darken up that peachy shade. We're going to go in with just a hint of this shade in the 3502. I said hint, but I meant hit. because that shade is pigmented. Okay, so now back in the NARS palette, we're going to use the shade Hot Cider. I had to look at it to see what it was called. And we're just going to place that right there in our outer corner of the eye. You don't want to go too far in because that'll just take away from the oranges and the yellows. Okay, taking that blender brush, just gonna blend that in. Okay, so now that we have all that blended together, we're gonna go back in with my my Tarte Shape Tape, not my Shart. We're going to just put some on the back of my hand, take the Morphe E19, take some of that concealer, and we're just going to do kind of like a half cut crease. Just so when we put that other color on, it's not gonna have any of that brown or yellow or orange color mixed in with it. Okay, just gonna set that in, and then we're gonna take that brush again, and we're gonna take the Dermablend powder. We're just gonna set that, and we're gonna do the same for the other eye. I swear that nobody can do a cut crease like Daisy Perkins though. She is the best. She's actually who I learned how to do cut creases from. Now I'm just going to set that eye in like I did the other one. Going back in with the Jaclyn Hill palette, we're going to take this shade right there. And we're going to, on a M170-2 brush, looks like that, apply on the brush, spray some Fix Plus, and then I like to pat it on the eye, and then I'll rub it when you get closer to the end. Now I'm going to take the Morphe M562 and get the NARS palette again, and I'm going to put Hot Cider right there. Now I think I'm going to put a little bit of that shade on with it, more towards the center. I'm going to do the same thing that I've done with the first shimmery shadow. I'm going to spray Fix Plus on it. Okay, we're just going to take that color and just pat it in right there where the brown and the more frosty color meets. Let's take our fingers and just kind of blend that more together. Okay, now I think I'm just going to add just a tad bit more of Hot Cider to the outer edges. Now I'm going to take my sponge again, take some powder, same Dermablend powder, same sponge, and I'm just going to, you can instantly take that right off. Just gives you that more shape to it. I'm taking the Morphe R10 brush to just wipe that off. I totally just remembered I forgot to contour my nose. So I'm using the same bronzer that I used earlier because you don't want two different bronzers to make it look different because that can really affect things. But I'm going in with the M496 brush. It's like a mini fan brush. I just find it easy to carve out for your nose. And then I just take my fingers and just kind of blend that out. Oh, and I've got to wipe the sides of my jaws off. Now I'm going to take this M432 brush. It's a flat brush. Going back in. Actually, I'm going in with the Jaclyn Hill palette again. And we're going to use this really dark chocolate color.
We're just going to go along the lash line with that color.
Now for lashes. We're going to use the Ardell Faux Mink R11s. Okay, back with lashes. Now we are going to do the lower lash line. So first we're going to take this Morphe M57 8 brush. We're going to take Ginger Snap that we took on the crease. We're going to put that right there on the lower lash line. Okay. Now we are going to take a smaller one. This is the M168. And we're going to take Holly and we're going to put that closer to the lash line. Now we're going to take my favorite ever mascara, which is the L'Oreal Lash Paradise, and I use the Blackest Black. And we're just going to put that on the lower lashes. What we all have been waiting for, the brows. So I'm going to go in with my Morphe M207 brush, take my Dip Brow in Soft Brown. I'm going to outline or underline the bottom part of the brow. And then just kind of fill it in from there. I go in with my medium brown brow definer. So if you're a medium brown in the brow definer, I would definitely go with a soft brown in the Dip Brow. Now my brow looks a little weird, so I'm going to clean it up. We're going to clean it up using the MB19 brush with my Shape Tape. I swear I can never find anything. Okay, we're just going to use a different brush. We're going to use this brush. And we're just going to take that powder and just kind of blend it all in. We're taking the spoolie and just softening the color up. Now we are taking our brow gel, but first this needs some fixing. And we're going to set that brow. And now that my brows are nice and finished, we are going to Glow Baby Glow. Anyways, we are going to use Heat Wave by Estee Lauder. And I'm using the Morphe M510 brush to put this on with. It's so pretty. What do y'all think about this weather? Like, this is crazy. Beyond crazy. Like, just a couple weeks ago, it was like 60 degrees, and now it's like 5 degrees. I go in like a C motion right here. And then I take this Morphe M515, looks like this, and I highlight my nose, my upper lip, inner corner, and underneath the brow bone. I'm using the Stila and Rico. Okay, and that concludes today's tutorial. I hope you all enjoyed, and I hope you all decide to come and watch me again if I decide to make videos more this year, because hopefully that is another one of my goals this year, is to start making more videos. And I just realized I've got a huge smudge right there. Gotta fix that real fast. I'm back. But if y'all have any questions, just comment below and I will definitely respond to those. And thank you for sitting here and watching me. I know I'm probably a little boring, but I try to make things interesting. But thank y'all for watching.